My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. I've been meaning to get this video for about a month, right? Actually, probably longer. But Chris Boucher very sadly passed away. Was it December, January? Chris Boucher, just a giant, an absolute giant in the British fantasy world. Small world though that is, but I think an absolute giant in it. And just made so many great pieces of television so cleverly. It would be terrible not to do a retrospective of his life and career when it really just provided me personally with so much entertainment, including what I feel is the absolute best Doctor Who story of all time, which is Face of Evil. And it's funny that I think that I really genuinely do. I think it's one of the best, the best story. Absolutely the best story of all time, and I don't know why, okay? I will have to think about this for some time. Anyway, so I did this live stream last night. I'm recording this on, what is it, Monday the 27th of February. Did the live stream on the 26th. I am sick as a dog right now. I am about to stop work for the day. This is my last thing I'm doing before I collapse. Recording this little intro and uploading the video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are very good. Thank you. I can't even be sincere because I'm really genuinely very sick, right? Well, not very sick. I just don't feel well, right? Like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are good. Thank you very much. Look in the videos. Sign up to my Substack, my email newsletter. What else is there? There's Twitter, Instagram. You just do all that stuff. Fine. Let me head over to me from last night. Look at that robot of death gorgeousness. Oh, love it. Absolutely love it. What page is on? Let's have a look. Let's have a Butcher's, darling. Speaking of let's have a Butcher's. Look, Louise Jameson. I'm assuming she knows how insanely hot she is, right? She's. I'm not just saying she's only insanely hot, but I'm assuming she knows, right, how insanely hot she is. Because she is insanely hot. I mean, there's like just insanely hot. I think it's because she's smart as well, right? Oh God, yeah. I mean, like, I bet she's insane in bed. I hate to tell you, like, I just think, like, I think because she's clever and talented and can act. I mean, like, really, do I need to paint a picture? And insanely gorgeous, right? Is the and funny. Yeah, never a dull moment. Tesha Blood, that's a good name for that. Who's writing this? Jonathan Morris. I like a bit of Jonathan Morris. Chris Boucher, if you were more presentable, you would have made the thumbnail. But this is a good picture of Chris Boucher. Yeah, exactly. Never mind. The 1997 Doctor Who writer Chris Boucher died in December, age 79. Ripe old age, but I'm telling you, what a great creator. Jonathan Morris tunes into his time scanner to remember the man who created the technical Tesh I love. Oh, that's one of my favorite stories. I think it's my favorite story. And the Savage 17, the creepy robots of death, and the hideous Gusto entity known as Fendal. Oh, yeah, look, they can't all be winners. What do you want mate? Since he wrote just 3 Doctor Who stories for television, all shown in 1970. Really? Wow. I totally didn't know that. I totally didn't know that. That's crazy. I had no idea. Wow. That's a wild little fact. All his stories were shown in 1977. And he's got such a huge shadow over Doctor Who, right? I mean, he's such an important part of season 14. Robots of Death and Face of Evil, right? I mean, they are just such great solid stories. I love Face of Evil so much. It's so clever, right? Chris, you might think of the Chris Boucher only had a minor contribution to the series, but when you consider which 3 stories they were, it became pretty immediately obvious that his contribution was far more significant. Why didn't Eric Sayward try and get him working? I mean, like, Pilcher and Rob Bergerac. Like, he knows how to write Doctor Who. Some Eric Sayward, Colin Baker stories, that would have been, I mean, some Chris Boucher, Colin Baker stories Would have been awesome. Creepy robots. Did I skip anything? I can't remember. So Facebook will introduce the knife-wielding 17 tries on Leela. Fantastic. I mean, just like, what a great fusion of character, script, and actress, right? I mean, just like, three things, they intersected perfectly, right? Makeup person, not so much on that first try when they, like, made it look muddy. It was weird. And yeah, Louise James was like, I thought that's just what they were doing, and I thought it was just going to come out looking normal. I had no idea it's actually going to look as insane as it actually looked, right? And yeah, it did. We're up to 17. One of the most memorable companions ever, a creepy murder mystery, the robots of death. Again, fantastic casting. Russell Hunter, Brian Croucher, it's fantastic. What's his name? David Badilli. What's his name? Yeah, he's great. And then there's Image Offender. Made such impression. It was repeated within the year. I didn't know that. Blimey, that's insane. And selected to be one of the very first serials released on video again and again on DVD. Finally, the supernatural horror Image Offender proved to be one of the last series' great mid-70s gothic tales. Fair, that's a fair point. Gleefully retelling history of mankind's origin. I do like his scientific, worldview, right? It's it's kind of like a fusion of Arthur C. Clarke and Robert Holmes. It's a really interesting writer. So he started writing to help support his young family while he was employed as a full-time at Carla Gas. His first successful writing was in the topical quickie jokes for Brandon's Week and variety show The Saturday Crowd. Good for him. You find an opening, you do anything. That's how you used to become a writer, right? That used to be the path. Followed by a sketch show, Dave Allen at Large. Oh, really? I didn't know he wrote for that. Good night, and may your God go with you. And further bits and pieces on the magazine program. That's life. I just like the jobbing writerness of it. Like, really? That's life? That's bizarre. However, all this proves to be on a non-commission basis, writing on spec script. Was enough to get him an additional material credit on the programs themselves, but not enough to get the credit in the Radio Times. Oh, well, never mind. This work did, however, get him an agent together with 2 writing credits for Romany Joe's Never Heard It and Slater's Day. Okay, fine. Blah, blah, blah. Jobbing writer. Then he sent a spec script to Doctor Who. Opening of episode of 4-part storyline for the other 3. What? On spec plus a story. Well, Boucher's agent again suggested he try Doctor Who, so he submitted again on spec the opening episode of a 4-parter plus a storyline for another 3. Oh, so okay. So he gave them 4 stories plus a spec first episode of the 4-parter. Wonder what that was. I guess we'll find out. These are strong enough to grant a meeting with the series producer, Philip Hinchcliffe, okay, and the script header, Robert Holmes. Hinchcliffe at home suggested Boucher try writing a story about people ruled by a malfunctioning computer. Oh, awesome. Later brief involved setting up on a jungle, incorporating a carving of the doctor's face on the cliff, and consequently an earlier visit. As a consequence of an early visit, Boucher then recalled that they worked very hard on the project. He spent about 4 months developing increasingly detailed storylines before Hinchcliffe at Holmes asked him to write a script. Blimey, listen, you work for your money, mate. You work for your bread. That is true, and that's why the quality is so freaking high. Right? I mean, like, again, the season 4. Why is the quality so good? Because they did that. Right? Because they It's fun. I think Matt Irvin still has the face of evil model, right? Yeah, I'm back again. Ooh. Wait, he didn't do Mysterious Planet? What the hell is that for? 1 second. The Doctor Tom Baker surrounded by members of the 17th tribe. Face of the far right, the tribe of the three, as seen and were led by Kid Trash. I guess they'll tell us why. They're telling about Sylvia Sims. Fine. The result, the face of evil, the much and much to commend it. It's like the best story ever. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. It really is like the best story ever. With some striking imagery and an unusually high level of scientific fiction literacy. Yes, right. And I think that's what really made Star Cop so good as well. In the way it explores its concepts. One of the Doctor's lines, having been a social media meme, the very powerful and the very stupid have one thing in common. They don't alter their views to fit the facts. They alter the facts fix the views. The fact we all believe the same thing. It's incredible. Like the Biden people of the world, they think that of me, and I think that of them. It's like it's really bizarre. Okay. Which had to be uncomfortable if you happen to be one of the facts that need altering. Well, that is true. Speaking of somebody who was a fact that needed altering, I can't argue with that. It also proved very influential about artificial intelligence taking its programming to an extreme. I mean, it is brilliant. It really is absolutely brilliant. The way that Zoalon is a computer intelligence, right? It's as believable as, I will say the computer intelligence in Westworld, which is I found completely credible, right? It really so. And again, 1977 at 5:30 in the afternoon, like groundbreaking, like really genuinely groundbreaking. Stephen Moffat's Doctor Who episode. Yeah, it's true. The idea of the Doctor facing consequences of an unseen or forgotten adventure anticipates a delivery during this seventh Doctor. Yeah, I know they didn't. It's Silver Nemesis, Curse of Fenric. Stop. Now he's bringing in modern day. Leave it alone. Don't talk about Jodie. You've got writing a very good article, right? Don't make me have to spank you. I'm not going to spank you, right? But don't make me have to. Perhaps the face of evil's greatest influence is setting the template for the template telling civilization regressed into savagery stories like Underworld, State of Decay, Trial and Title, Paradox. Not really. A bit of a stretch, really. I'm sorry. I think it was just like he got there first. Oh, Louise James, you look awesome. You just look awesome. Battle was asked to create a character in the face of evil that could fulfill the function of a companion without necessarily being one. Hitchcock Hose wanted some bright, untutored, and Eliza Doolittle. To the Doctor's Professor Higgins. Yes, you wait, Henry Higgins. Oh, that's my breaking into it. Hitchcock is also keen to make the Doctor's female companion more provocative and heroic in order to provide young female viewers with a role model. I think he did. Like, again, it's not that Leela is super duper hot, that she's remembered so fondly, right? And I still go to her a Big Finish, right? That she is really a big pull for me on Big Finish. I wouldn't mind being bigly pulled, but because it's because of the character. I mean, she really developed a great character who's also insanely hot. That's kind of this. By the by. Hitchcock asked him to have Leela leave with the Doctor at the end at the part 4. They hired him to, and then they hired him to write next adventure. Good for him. All that work paid off. Robots of their future set riff on Agatha Christie's mystery, and then there were none. Yeah, it's not called Then There Were None. Yeah, we'll talk about the James Bond at some point, man. So what's this about? Face value. Producer Philip Hendrick tells David Richard how he first came to hire Chris Boucher. Oh, this I want to hear, right? This I want to hear. By the way, if anybody's able to contact, I sent an email to him, but if anybody's able to contact the guy who did the, what's the name? The Celestial Toy Maker animation, right? If anybody, again, I sent him, I would love to have him come on my channel, right? I would absolutely love having him come on my channel because there's so much I want to talk to him about, right? I really would would really love to know, like the budget of it, like how much these things cost to make. They're absolutely fascinating. But anyway, this is interesting. Chris Boucher was a real find, says Philip Hinchcliffe. Yeah, and you worked him hard, and you made a fantastic writer out of him, right? I believe it was Chris's agent who said, "Why don't you try submitting ideas to Doctor Who?" He wasn't someone just trying to write for the show. He was somebody trying to build a career as a writer. Oh, my throat's so much better. Robert Holmes quickly realized that he had someone there with a lot of potential. Yeah, he did. Hinchcliffe first met Boucher in the Doctor Who production office in Shepherd's Bush. Writers came in all shapes and sizes, and he was a very singular looking with a shy persona and a lovely manner and temperament. That was what struck me most about him in the initial meeting. I would not have that impression. And then if I had that meeting, no, that wouldn't. They'd be like, oh my God, a bowling ball just came through here. Boucher proved such a hit with the Doctor Who team that, having the face of evil, he was promptly commissioned to write the very next story. Previously, only Ian Stuart Black, who wrote The Savages, his debut with The Savages, immediately followed up with The War Machine. I didn't know that. Man, they're great, two great stories, right? Savages and War Machines. War Machines, I think, is the template for Doctor Who. I mean, I really do. Doctor working with a paramilitary. One second. Breathe again. There you go. Where are we up to? Oh yeah, we're reading this. That one because Chris was so good. It's Hinchcliffe. It was difficult to find a writer who could really do good scripts. Bod spent half this time rewriting scripts because they were too mediocre, and it shows, right? Why was Chris such a good writer for Doctor Who? I think he was a good writer, full stop. He was happy in the world of science fiction. Again, I think Starcop showed that. Better. Well, some members of the previous generation, they had worked on programs. They were jack of all trades. They'd done soap operas, police series, and whatever. And then they turned their hand to Doctor Who. I think Chris was part of a new generation of writers. So it was fresh and unencumbered. He was very inventive, and in terms of story, he was also very witty and economical writer fizzing with ideas. Okay. Cannot disagree. Oh, these are great, the Caldwell City audios. They are so much better than the robots or anything Big Finish had done. They are so much. The Caldwell City is just fantastic. Right? Genuinely awesome. Man, I am fading fast. Oh, how many pages is this? I just want to know what my sentence has got. 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. Fine. I will persevere, ladies and gentlemen. I will persevere. I can do 4 pages. I'm gonna die. I mean, we're all gonna die. Let me just check Twitter to make sure there's no apocalypse things going down. I don't know. We all look good. Ninja Knight just got 5,000 subscribers. Well, congratulations, Ninja Knight. Okay, back to this. Man, I'm sounding like a Dalek. What are we talking about? Plotting is tight and ingenious with numerous scares, twists. Again, what a perfect storm of like director, script, and actors. I mean, man, and design. Oh, the design of the robots are gorgeous. Firstly, the dialogue. There's a much accelerated line about Borg being a classic example of the inverse ratio of the size of the mouth and the size of the brain. Man, all of this stuff should be played on a loop in publicly in streets now. But much more celebrated is really when Paul's realization that the first murder victim must not have called for a robot. The description of a robot as walking, talking dead men. D84 informing us poetically that leads them from can punch a fist-sized hole. I can't do it with my voice right now. In a 6-inch armor, armor plating, or take the crystals from a snowflake one by one. Oh, so it's so much worse the way I'm saying it. No, I'm fine. Really, I'm fine. No, don't worry about me. But the really striking thing about Robots of Death is a level of world building. That is actually true. Man, there's a lot of it as well. And it's just throwaway. You don't even notice it. As mentioned above by Boucher, he was very SF literate, happily admitting that he was influenced by the works of not limited Dune, RRR, that's the first robot story, Isaac Asimov. It was far more than the sum of its parts, though. More than previous Doctor Who story. It suggests an entire off-screen world and its economy, its technology. Yeah, and more than one person has done a take on it. Carol said he much better. Social structure, even the psychology of those who live amongst robots. This is a world with 7 sons and an elite of 20 founding families that were construction center technicians that penned corpse markers to deactivated robots. Yeah, all this is so cool. It really is. I guess that's why we explored the world so much. I mean, it really, because there's so much to explore. To the activated sandmines controlling company employs its own undercover agent to hush up scandals is so real, right? That feels so genuine. It's a world where a boy can grow up solely amongst a robot as a villain, as a backstory informs us. Unsurprisingly, Robots of Death inspired multiple spin-offs. Magic Bullet, Cowdle City, yeah, that's so good. Including Boucher's script, Death Head. Oh, he wrote Death Head? I did not know here. One second. Which one's Death's Head? Hang on. I've got a Magic Bullet. Magic. Yep. Let's Cowdle City is the Cowdle City com. Isn't Death Head like one of the first ones? I remember them being good. You get them all in one mega pack now. Service restored. I didn't know it was out. Where is it? Cowdle City. Death's Head. So there's a Death's Head with the second one. Oh, yeah, this is by Chris Boucher. Paul Darrow, Russell Hunter, Scott Frederick, David Bickerstaff, Nicholas Briggs, Trevor Cooper, Brian Croucher, Alistair Locke, Robert Locke, Patricia Merrick, Peter Miles, Tracer and Peter Tuttle. Yeah, that is a class production. Man, that is a class production. Anyway, where are we up to? Death's Head, Big Finish Productions, Robots, 2019. I just didn't like that, right? I couldn't really get into it, right? I mean, it's just like, it was boring, essentially. I mean, that's really what it was boring. Look, there's a couple of dowdy women on the cover. That's kind of how the whole thing feels, right? Yeah, dowdy women and robots. Not really that interesting. Not 27 Doctor Audio Bay Robophobia. That wasn't great either. 2 stage plays performed by the Manchester Fringe in 2012. 1 new version of The Robot's Death and 1 monthly comic strip, Crisis on Candor. And Boucher's own BBC novel, The Corpse Marker. That was pretty good, as I recall. And although Vox Supervox haven't yet returned to the television, their influence is arguably detected in the Clockwork Droids. Again, all this stuff that's all a bit of a stretch. Their influence is a bit of a stretch. Yeah, I mean, come on. Image of Fender, he's going to say it's like, what's his name? The Ood. Was accepted without notes or redrafts. He could have used it, frankly, right? With Anthony Reid taking over from Holmes, the difference is really palpable. Man, that difference is huge, and it's so obvious. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not like all-time classic awesome, right? It's just kind of boring. I have to tell you, it's just kind of boring. Robert Holmes would punch that thing up. Oh, so sad, right? They really miss Hinchcliffe and Holmes. It's so obvious. What is it about? Was it about notes? Inclusion of expensive night filming. This was partly because due to the change of script editor Anthony Reid take over Holmes. It was mainly because Boucher, by this point, knew the ropes. The House was striving to write a ghost story. He was happy to acknowledge his debut in the 60s. Again, it was a bit of Jacqueline Pierce. There you go. Yeah, look, the whole like makeup on the eyes, it just none of this works really. I hate to tell you. Again, it's missing Hinchcliffe and Holmes, right? That execution. Quater Mass in the pit, fine. Yeah, so you're saying it can be felt in unquiet. Listen, all this stuff is a stretch, I think, quite frankly. His only regret in retrospect of the story was the 3 episodes building up to the one appearance of the monster felt wasn't worth the wait. Yeah, the monster really, it was like kind of cute. Yeah, it was like, a little fluffy. I kind of wanted to hug it a little bit, right? And then it suddenly went very phallic, right? Very strangely phallic. It was like the plumbus. It was like, whoa, yeah, there's a picture. Let's see the picture of it. There you go. There you go. Fine. Yeah, let's go to the Blake 7 stuff. That's fine. So he went to the Blake 7. Much of the script's success can be attributed to Chris's work on the script. So he was recommended for the job of script editor by Robert Holmes. Yeah, and perfect for the role, right? I mean, like, perfect. The second season really was the greatest. I mean, I really loved it. He was a scripter on the third as well. I can't remember. I like all of Blake's own, quite frankly. Fleshing out Robin Hood-like characters to make them flawed and morally ambiguous. I like that about them, giving them arch and witty dialogue and writing many of the strongest episodes. Unfortunately, his comments to Blake 7 preclude him from writing more, commitments to making preclude him from writing more Doctor Who. That is a shame. That really is a shame. He later recalled that he was invited to contribute to the 78-79 season by the head of the Ronald Marsh. He pointed out that it was against policy to allow him to write for other programs at the same department. That's a bummer. It's a shame. It was going to be another isolated Doctor Who installation on an outpost where a survey team were under attack. Oh, spores underground tunnels, all that kind of stuff. Oh, what a shame. That would probably been Lala Ward. Oh man, that's a real shame. Where is it? That kind of fine. Well, Blake 7 was created by Terry Nation. As the series progressed, Nation's draft came in underwritten, meaning Boucher's contribution grew that he had to polish the dialogue, add scenes and subplots, and bring the script up to length. Yeah, I always take the piss, in other words. The result is a large part of the appeal of Blake 7. Its shades of grey characterizations in this dialogue, its world building, is down to Boucher. Yes, it really is. It's a wonderful fusion of like the big bombastic Terry Nation with like the thoughtful, contemplative Chris Boucher, right? And you get like this really weird and also kind of like witty, right? You get this really weird dark blend of humor and action adventure. Well, Blake 7 created where are we up to? There you go. So he channeled his own sardonic humor and nuance in the view of freedom fighters into the episodes. Boucher was also in a position to respond to the cast's performance, feeding things into later scripts, developing Avon's cynicism and self-interest wonderfully. For example, Villa's fake cowardice, most notable when it's contribution to character Servalan. I did not know that. It came from him. The villain who uses her femininity like an assassin's knife, and perfectly played by Jacqueline Pierce, perfectly cast, right? By the second series, Boucher was steering the series not just as a script editor, but also writing key episodes. In Shadow and Weapon, Resistance leader became increasingly morally compromised as he treats any enemy of the Federation as an ally, no matter how criminal. And Trial shows recurring character of space. Must be this one. Commander Travis. Where'd I go? Commander Travis, not just merely as a henchman, but as a victim of Federation. I know him in the second season is. I mean, I love Brian Croucher, but I loved him on The Run. I loved him. Yeah, City on the Edge of the World, Rumors of Death and Death Wish were all by Boucher. City on the Edge of the World is sublime. Oh, it's so good. I love it. I really do love that one. I love how he like walks in that like it's a Western. Oh, it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Whilst well-versed in science fiction, his scripts tended to focus on exploring characters rather than high concept. With his full series, Nathan was no longer directly involved, leaving Boucher the de facto showrunner, writing the opening episode Rescue to introduce new characters and format. He also wrote Blake, the infamous final episode, which the entire cast were apparently gunned down by Federation troopers. That was a rough Christmas for me. Let me tell you, 1981, you're like, what the fuck just happened? I really was. I was shell-shocked. Villa going down blew my mind. Right? I was like, did they just kill Villa? Right? Although you only saw blood with Blake, right? That's, by the way, my ankle was bleeding. That's what the blood looked like. It was insane. If you were here for the earlier part of the show, I'm telling you that. Where are we up to? He also wrote, well, they called it in interviews. About later clarify intended for the episode to work both as an ending and as a cliffhanger. Had the series been brought back for a fifth year, they everybody thought it would. Apparently, the idea that the troopers' late blast would later prove to be fatal for the cast members who didn't wish to return. Exactly. So then he did between the third season, Blake's into shoestring. Juliet Bravo, boring. What's this? Was it Bergerac with Robert Holmes, Crystal Special? There we go. At the same time, at the series finale of Blake 7, Boucher wrote the 1981 radio format Walk in the Dark, having left Bergerac. Fine, but I remember this Radio Times cover, right? Vividly. Loved it. Where we got to? And it was quickly reformatted as a 1987 TV Star Cops. I did not know that. I've got to find that audio drama. Right? He began developing a new science fiction series for radio, so that he turned into Star Cops. The Cops, the title being the International Space Force based on Moon in the year 2037. Again, insanely good world building, right? And character building for that matter. It was a major career break. He should have produced this, right? A series Boucher had created himself, for which he wrote 5 of the eventual 9 episodes, but it proved an extremely unhappy experience. Boucher and series appointed producer Evan Griffey didn't see eye to eye. They had little confidence in each other's ability. For Boucher, almost everything about the finished program was wrong. With the producer's decision to record it on videotape, making it look flat and cheap. On top of this, it was scheduled to go out in the summer slot, giving it little chance of success. Yeah, it was scheduled to die. It really was. So after that, he went to did the Bill, Home James, bit of Shoestring, Bergerac,
Moon and Sun. I don't remember that. I had already left England by 1992. Historically themed crime drama Moon and Sun. Never heard of it. Only really canceled when the first series received poor ratings. Well, that's probably why I didn't hear of it. So he moved away from TV, suffering loss of confidence. Then, in an attempt to write for Bugs in the mid-1990s and a pilot script for the series called Head Case, came to nothing. Instead, he turned writing prose, novelizing Starcop scripts and 4 original Doctor Who novels. All his team of False Doctor and Leela, Last Man Running, the aforementioned Corpse Marker, Science Fiction, and Match of the Day. Yeah. That was basically where his comfortable spot, right? Possibly his strangest might have been his job was described as a member of the Edinburgh Doctor Who local group in the 1990s. According to Boucher, at one point during the 1980s, he was approached by Paul McCartney to write a feature film about the Daily Express cartoon character Rupert the Bear. Oh, that would have been, because he was really into Rupert the Bear. Boucher recalled the secretary at McCartney's office tactfully removing his sheepskin coat prior to the audience with the ardently vegetarian ex-Beatle, together with a subsequent request from McCartney to delete the scripted scene of Rupert eating a steak and kidney pie. Okay. Wow, I didn't know any of this. This is so interesting. Although project name never came to fruition, the idea was eventually produced as a short film to accompany his 1994 Frog Song. That's what I remember. Yeah. Boucher continued to receive Christmas cards from McCartney and wife Linda. Wow, that's so nice. That's really nice. Among the happy members of his own wife, Linda, calling him from the garden with Chris, it's Paul McCartney on the phone for you. But never mind the road's not taken. Well, it's a pity we don't have even more great television to remember by Boucher. He leaves behind an impressive legacy. That is very true. There'll always be a mystery for Moon Police to investigate. We're called Moon Police. The Cruiser Liberator and the Scorpio will always forever be fighting the Federation. Red-eyed robots, yes. Let's have a look at the Chris Boucher on Big Finish. Right, the worlds of Chris Boucher. And second. Doink. Go here. We've got Big Finish. Lord. And here we go. And second share screen. Oh yeah, I heard Arthur Martha's good. Right, that's where Taron gets eaten by a tiger, I believe, right? A tiger? There we go. Well, I just saw they had a sale on. We should. I got to listen to the new Joe Grant thing. I'm looking forward to that. Doctor Chronicles sale. How much do they charge you for these? Let's have a quick look, and then we'll look at the Chris Boucher stuff. Man, they're doing a lot more of them. I thought he wasn't doing. I thought this is all the ones I got there. Yeah, no, ignore all of these. This one's not bad. $20 is too much. They just charge too much for them. That's really the bottom line. Yeah, I think $20 is too much for all of these. Actually, let's find the. What should we look for first? There was. Oh, okay, fine. Let's do this. It was. What's the name of that release? It was a recent one. Doctor of War. Doctor of War. There we go. Unbound. That's it. But it was the second volume. Right. Yeah. Let me get the trailer. The trailer's awesome. Right. Because second. Yeah, you know, I'm going to download it because it's worth seeing in more detail. It's really very good. Doink. So here I'll go over here. Stop screen. There you go. Doink. So we'll go over here. Get the link. Go to YouTube downloader. YouTube downloader online. And let's see if save from .net was going to work. You never know which one of these things are going to work, right? It's always a bit of a turkey shoot. There we go. Doink. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Do the robots have any do they have any videos? Because they're not very good. I have to tell you, the robots. Do they have a video for the first one? Hang on. No. I can see why. Again, this is yeah, it's like the Attack of the Dowdy Women. This one doesn't have a video here. Is this thing downloading yet? Let's have a look. Here it comes. It's going to, what? That'll be 4 minutes. I guess it will speed up in a second. Fine. This is one of the best releases based on Chris Boucher's work. Here, let me also find. It's like, oh, I think it's in photos I got to go to. There's Caldor City. How do I don't know. I don't know where to find things. Media types. No, I just want pictures. That's all. Pictures. Is this it? I think I might have found it. Not there. Oh, I know where they are. 1 second. I think they're over here. Because these are really these are really hard to find, and they're very, very cool. And I would really recommend them if you're going to listen to Caldor City stuff. Where did I put it? It's I'm in the wrong thing, that's why. Boomering it. I'm boomering it. Oh, here we go. It's over here somewhere. Maybe I just do a search. Caldor City. Oh, so annoying. I know they're here somewhere. Oh, where'd it go? It could be in here. Oh, I can't be. No. Okay, I have some very cool alternative covers, but I can't find them right now. Oh, here they go. Yeah, I just found them. Look at that. I'm amazed. Yeah. Share screen. I would say this is the closest to grabbing the Chris Boucher ethos. It's not on Big Finish. This is go to caldorcity.com. Occam Razor, the first one, written by Alan Stevenson. Paul Darrow playing Castagnago. Sounds to me like Avon, out with a different name. Russell Hunter playing Commander Unov again. Was it Unov again? I think that's his name. Scott Fredericks, Peter Miles, Tracy Russell, Patricia Merrick. Second one is written by Chris Boucher, and it like starts to weave in Image of Fendar. So this really is Robots of Death, Image of Fendar, and Blake Seven, kind of like all mashed together. It's really excellent. Hidden Persuaders. It just keeps going on. I think that's might be Russell Hunter's last one before he died. So Russell Hunter passed away. And then they got the original guy who played the robots, I think. No, not in this one. I think in the next one. And it all comes to the head in Checkmate. Oh no, and then you got these little additional ones. The Prisoner's like a short story, and I think Storm Miners. Yeah, there's also a short story, and metafiction, right? Town Compel's the last one, right? Yeah, it was great. Honestly, that is by far, I think, the best Chris Boucher spin-off on audio. Yeah, that thing's downloaded. This is such a great riff on Face of Evil. This is essentially, what Avon did next exactly. This is the Tom Baker's doctor decides he has the right to blow up the Daleks, blows them up, and it causes him to regenerate into a war doctor played by what's his name? Colin Baker, right? So that's basically it. And this is a like a weird retelling with the Jeffrey Beavers' master of Face of Evil in this, a universe that's ripping itself apart.
It ends with a new beginning. In so much as something can be considered to have an ending during a temporal conflict. At this point of the war,
look at that, how it does from Tom Baker's face to the Masters.
There are no points, merely blots. Bloated moments brimming with impossibilities and inconsistencies. What happens when it's all over?
I love that, right? When it goes to the different type versions of the Daleks.
What happens?
Awesome!
When it stops. Hey, you're not who I expected. Who are you?
I was about to ask you the same question.
That's your best bet if you want a Chris Boucher vibe. The Blake Seven stuff is all generally speaking excellent. But the best ones are I'll find it, box sets. Yeah, collections. Where's Blake Seven? the reason Worlds of Blake Seven it's like was it narrating life on Scarlet? It does sound like that, doesn't it? Fine. So these, Worlds of Blake Seven, some of them are pretty good. This one I liked a lot. After the War, with it tells you like Travis's raison d'etre. Here, let's find the Classic Adventures. I think it must be this one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So these two box sets of like their first, they're pretty darn good, right? They're not the best, but pretty darn good. $30 a piece, I would say it's a recommend. So you got two. Yeah, let's just range these so I can work out. Sort by. We'll do recent first. Fine. Okay. If you want to buy one just on its own, Warehead is quite good. That's like the anniversary one. You got what's his name? Sue Lin. Glynis Barber playing a different role. And another, if you just want a one-off, the very first one, Warship, is excellent. A $5.96. This is awesome, right? At the end of season 3 or season 2, when they go into combat, this is what we didn't see. Absolutely awesome, right? These are all $5 now. It's not bad. But okay, but I like these box sets were really great. So you had Spoils of War was set. It was it's self-contained. It's set during season 3, but then you got later in season 3 Crossfire 1, 2, and 3, right? Which is a full season, and it's awesome, right? Basically, there's a war going on within the Federation, a civil war, and they're caught in the crossfire. Awesome cliffhanger at the end of the season, which leads into Restoration 1, 2, and 3. Paul Darrow died by the before making the third one, and they fantastically pulled it together, like absolutely fantastically, doing just a great job. They really did a fantastic job. That again, it really got that ethos of Blake Seven, got that Chris Boucher ethos. I think really nails it. You know, if you another like high spot, I think it would be. Yeah, let me go to it. Liberator Chronicles. Where is it? There's a lot that's quite good, but yeah, this is the one. The what's it called again? It's the Armageddon Storm. This is fantastic, right? It really fleshes out Blake Seven. Gives you a little bit more of a story that you didn't see on camera, and it's just great, right? This one's got £15, $15. Is it 3 discs? Yeah, but it's really good, right? That one's I recommend. So that I would say you're hankering for a bit of Chris Boucher, and also you got Star Cops. I would say, yeah, I know I'm not doing good. Star Cops. If you're hankering for a bit of Star Cops, I would say go for these ones. Where is it? Why don't you show me all of them? I just like, God, I just want to see the releases. Oh God, everything's so much trouble. God's sake. The Collective Strikes Back. I don't even remember that. Do I have that one? I don't think I do. Maybe I do. No, I was out by then. There you go. Really? I can't like I can't just you can't just list them for me. This is really ridiculous. Right, let's go. Star Cops. If I just click there, that should just give me all the releases, no? Yeah, sort by oldest first. Big Fish, you need to do up your site. Okay, Mother Earth 1 and 2 skip. Especially 1, it doesn't really have Kensington at all. Brings in new characters. It's okay. Mars 1 and 2, excellent. Feels like Star Cops. I did the first one, was it the High Frontier? And I'm not, that bothered about getting the second one, frankly. It wasn't bad. It just didn't, do anything for me. I'm not like, oh, I gotta get some more of that. I'm basically done, right? And that's kind of Star Cops for you. Yeah. A change in the music as well really didn't help. Fine. I think I can say I'm sick, right? I think I'm going to say it's sick, so I'm going to go. I am on low energy. Thank you for joining me tonight. This retrospective of Chris Boucher. Blake Seven lost a bit when the Liberator was destroyed. Yes, I've always said they should bring the Liberator back. And there's more DSV vessels. Maybe Zen. You could add him, like send himself as a virus to another DSV vessel, take it over, and come and rescue her. It just takes a few years to get there. That sort of thing. But yes, they need to be on the Liberator. I agree with you. I do agree with you. Fine. As Dave Allen, you say, good night. And good night, good luck. Good night, good luck. And may your God walk with you. Good evening, everybody. Have a good time, everybody. Wizzy Will's going around, and I am about to collapse.